We take a look at the highlights from the first period of Guatemala and Bahamas as Group B play begins. Joe Malfa here with you. The first great opportunity went to goalkeeper Michael Butler of the Bahamas. He then made a stop on the other end. Tough dipping volley that he had to judge. His own shot went off the crossbar. Leslie St. Fleur had a free kick opportunity. Diving stop by Rene Castro, who took a beating in that first period. Needed the trainer 3 times to come out. A few collisions. Did well to barely keep this one out. Trickling to the goal line on the header back from his teammate. Just barely kept it out. Here's one of the plays that led to him going down. Free kick stopped by Butler. But in the end, Guatemala able to break through. Juan Flores. You see heading it towards goal here. That's not the goal, but he did break through with a shot from the right wing. It was a challenging one to deal with for Butler, with a player right in front of him. Perhaps a screen on the play. Castro made a few stops as well. Down the stretch of the first period. Butler nearly found Munnings on the toss for a header at the near post. And then here's the goal from Flores. You can see Gonzalez was there for Guatemala as well. Perhaps opportunities both ways in the second period. At the end of the first, it was 1-0 Guatemala. We end the second with the same margin, but a 2-1 scoreline instead of 1-0. The goal scored for Guatemala came on a nice setup from Pablo Crocker. Butler came up with a couple of saves for the Bahamas. Yellow card was given there to Wilson Gonzalez, set up a free kick. Big stop from Castro. Bahamas were a bit out of sync in that period for most of it. Here's where they concede that goal to Wilson Gonzalez, the Guatemalan captain. But towards the end of the period, they started getting opportunities on Castro, who had to make a few saves. And then finally, they break through on the Kyle Williams free kick goal. Bounced up off the sand, past Castro, who was leaning the wrong way initially. And nearly, with 2 seconds remaining in the period, an equalizer from Kyle. Exciting third period it was. It started with a 2-1 lead for Guatemala. A couple of saves off the line by St. Fleur helping out his goalkeeper. Eventually, Guatemala would get a third goal, courtesy of Miguel Gonzalez, who was all alone in the penalty area. The Bahamas controlled much of the period, just unable to score until it mattered most. After they went down 3-1, they stormed back with 2 goals. St. Fleur narrowly missed. Butler took a lot of shots from his own penalty area, or just outside of it in that third period. Made a couple of stops to keep it a 1-goal deficit. Eventually here, Gonzalez on the volley would make it 3-1 with 2:25 remaining. Seemed like Guatemala was heading towards the 3 points. But a header 10 seconds later from Thompson. Got it into the far corner, just past the outstretched hand of Castro. And then the shot from Gary Joseph that Castro got a piece of, but it still went in. Nearly won it. Teams are set for the penalty shootout. Gary Joseph tied the game at 3 with his goal. Now looks to equalize in penalties. Gary Joseph the take. It's stopped by Castro. And can now win it in penalties. Butler needs to make the stop or hope it's a miss to keep going. Gonzalez wins it for Guatemala. Earns the first point in Group B.